Absolutely nothing like big bucks in the yard late in the evening. The yard is totally in shadows. Everything looks nice, so nice and peaceful. And we got two big bucks down there feeding. Forrest, and I don't know who else that is. Just kind of take a look off over there and see over the hot tub. And we find another one. Yeah, baby. Look at that. What a sight that is to see. Oh my gosh, look at those horns. Look at those antlers. This looks like he might be scraping a little velvet. I don't know. I just don't know. Back out a little bit. You see that the lake is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There might be another buck or two with on the other side of the grass. I don't know. Haven't looked around very much. Zoom in on everybody. Oh my goodness. Incredible. Incredible. And they're enjoying a little bit cooler evening than we've had lately. Mr. Forrest, you're the man. Oh, look at all the giant antlers in the deer now, in the yard now. Giant antlers on the deer in the yard now. I think there's 5 of them now. Yeah, baby, look at that. Gosh, is that pretty? 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I saw 5. There's only 4 up there. Oh, here's one way down here. Way down here. Mr. Forrest leading the pack. Mr. Forrest is the leader of the pack. I caught 1 bass here this evening. I caught 7 the other day. There's my beautiful Chris sitting up there watching. Isn't she a spectacular wife? She can't get out and fish with me, but she's sitting up there on the points enjoying watching me catch them. I only caught 1. It's about a 4-pounder, but it's the only one I caught. The little ones aren't seem to be biting. Bluegill biting about every throw. 1, 2, 3. It's almost dark. 4. I swear there was 5 deer up there. I think maybe Mr. Forrest might already be on further over here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just can't count. Oh, they're looking at Chris up there. See him looking at Chris? Isn't that beautiful? Can't zoom in this late real close. Golly. Oh, watching giant deer antlers grow. What a great game to play. I don't know where Mr. Forrest went. I thought he might come out through those bushes there, down here to get him a drink of water. I don't know where he went. It's amazing how deer, you can come over that mound right there. It's amazing how deer can cover such large amounts of real estate so quickly. And just walking, when they run, they can cover miles quickly. Oh my goodness. Look at Prince Charming's antlers. What is the deal? Now he had that one and it's broken off and gone. That drop tine, big long drop tine. He's got 2 drop tines coming off the bottom. He had a big drop tine that's gone. But then look at the top of them. Look at the top of them right there. Now he's looking at Benelli back behind me. The babies were right here a second ago. They must have taken off. Oh, I see them now. They're way off over there. They've run way over at the other side. They were right here a second ago, and I didn't have my camera. There they are right there. Both of them. They're just getting along great. Their ears just about to get big enough to carry those tags right now. And Tiny is still tiny, but she doesn't think she's tiny. She thinks she's a big girl. She loves her sister. They're together all the time. They were nursing together at a wild child out of a split ear here just a little while ago. You can see both of them right there. One of them behind the tree. Out behind that tree. She's barely sticking her head out there just a little bit. Over here where I can see. There they are. There they are. quite a bit of wind. I'm trying to shield it with my hand the best I can. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job or not. But now look at him. He's racking his antlers trying to get that stuff off already. He's racking his antlers against things. And he's so big and strong and powerful, and that's the reason that he broke off that bottom tine. I don't know how he broke it. But now the top tine, and it turned black before it fell off. And so that is all turning black out up there. And I don't know what the deal is on that. Don't remember that happening last year. That may be just blood where he's starting to rub them off. I don't know. But it's an unusual deal, that's for sure. Come here, little whitey. Come here, wild child. I may have to go in the pen to get their attention because they're way over on the other side. They're not paying any attention to me at all. Well, that was just about as spectacular as you can get. And you can see that I've got down to a quarter of the end of the bowl, and I throw the rest of it into the pen for the other deer. That white doe was over there looking around. Little wild child is down by the lake. I'll look around after her here in just a little bit. And they're going to explore around because they're wild deer. They're going to explore around. There is little whitey down there, kind of going to wander out in the woods, and we'll see what happens. We're going to hang around out here with them and see if we can keep them around close, but they're probably going to take off and go exploring. Hopefully they won't go very far away. And hopefully the feeder's going to go off here in a little bit. That should bring in some other bucks. And hopefully that'll keep wild child and little whitey around closer because of the herd mentality. But we'll see. But this has been a pretty fun evening. I thought it'd be a great way to end this week's video as opposed to just going in and feeding the deer, which is always a great thing. I love it, and I don't know how much y'all like it, but I love it a lot. And it's just a great thing to share. But this was kind of a special evening this evening, and letting wild child and little whitey out. And now looks like Forrest is going to go down there and get with that baby, and hopefully maybe he'll teach him a little bit about living in the wild. Well, there he goes running off. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But that is really special out there. And we'll just see. We'll just see if the big boy and the little boy, maybe one of them will try to teach the other a little bit about living in the wild. And sure would hate to lose little whitey to a coyote or a bobcat. It's always possible when they're out in the wild. But hopefully, before the night's over, I'll get them back in here. If not, we'll just see what happens. Got to learn to live in the wild. They're wild deer. Yes, they are. The only antlers we have out there this morning is Mr. Benelli. Well, we have Mr. Benelli right there also. Mrs. Benelli, but we have Forrest in the prayer circle. We'll just zoom in. Look out at Forrest through the prayer circle. Phone wants to focus on everything else, all of those myriad of wind chimes I have hanging out there. And he's the only guy around. But he is a beautiful deer to look at early in the morning. Got his pretty chartreuse collar on. But we will have others around. Look how big those antlers are. Benelli would like to go out there and play with him. But he's not much into playing with Benelli. And while we had little Whitey out this week, Whitey wasn't much into playing once he got outside the pen either. And Benelli ran at him and kind of spooked him a little bit. Didn't run off very far, but he didn't know what was going on there. But he is back in the pen. Probably let him out again today. Let him spend as much time as he can in the wild. Hopefully get him back in at night. As of right now, Wild Child is out. We could not get her back in last night. They were together about 10 o'clock last night. And little Whitey went right back in, no problem whatsoever. But Wild Child did not. So the saga of Wild Child continues a little bit. But there will be more bucks coming in as the morning goes on. But on a 70-degree morning again, nice and cool. But it's going to get up again into the 90s. We'll see what happens. Speaking of seeing what happens, I know more than shut the camera off. There comes another big buck walking in from out there. Wild Child has moved out in the, or Benelli's moved out in the prayer circle. Wanting to go over there and visit with. I better holler at her and not let her do that. But we have another buck coming in right there, and there will be more. Speaking of more, did not have to talk but just another second or two. All I had to do was turn the camera off, and there's two more. So that's 4 I've seen so far. They're not very far off. Now I've opened the door, I'm shooting out through the door. And it might be a 5th one right there I'm looking at. That might be the 4th one, I don't know. But as I kind of look over here toward the feeder, deer are like humans. They're creatures of habit. And their habits do change throughout the year. Oh, there's another one coming in. See him walking behind the truck way over there. I think that does make 4 or 5. It's coming around. We'll watch and see what happens right here. I know it's not looking at antlers up close, but it's pretty interesting in how programmed they are. And I see now, I look back there and I see another one coming in. They're all coming in from the same direction. Just 15 minutes ago, only one deer was here, forest. And now I see 1, 2, 3 at the feeder, 4 walking up through the trees, 5 coming across. So there's 5 big bucks there. And there's normally 5 here pretty much all the time. The wind's beginning to blow. And last night there was 6, plus turkeys, plus 3 baby deer, plus little Whitey and Wild Child was out running around. We had a zoo. I guess you say that. A wild animal zoo. And there comes another deer. I think that's a doe come running across right there. I don't know if we'll see a baby behind her, but her baby's probably around somewhere. We have one doe coming here that has no child, one that has twins, and one that has a single. They know, there went 2 hummingbirds fly by. There's a hummingbird right there in the middle of the picture. Flew right into the picture like, hey, how about taking a picture of me, Jimmy, this morning? I love it. I love the fact that we got a north wind blowing. We'll be cursing this north wind in a little while, another month or 2, but right now we're thankful for it. It's nice right there. Zoom in there, and the boys are all here. Comes a doe walking in. And that's how you go from one deer to a yard full in a very, very short period of time. Not only that, there will be more. And there will be turkeys. I know we've seen this scene, but as I look right down there, I see buck number 6. I was missing him. And that looks like Fat Boy. So we have all 6 bucks and a doe. All 6 bucks are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doe. Where'd he go? 6. So, go from no deer, well, 1 deer, to a half a dozen deer. Still no Wild Child. I was hoping that Wild Child would spend the night with them. She was alone last time I saw her, about 10:30. She came really close to the pen, ate grapes out of my hand, but then turned and walked off. And I could not get her back. But hopefully she made the night. We'll find out as the day goes on. As we close in on dark, it's good to look at the antlers. And there they all are. 6 bucks right there. There's a mama deer out there that's got 2 babies with her. Unless the babies just run off. I think they're back there behind the bucks. I don't know if we can see all 6 of them there. There might be 2 mamas there. I think, yeah, there's 2 mamas there. But there's a mama that's got twins and a mama that's got a single. So there's actually 3 babies there at the same time with all those bucks. And everybody's pretty aggressive. But everybody's kind of calmed down and eating. We actually threw some food out of the feeder with a scoop. We go through it a lot quicker when we do that, but we have a lot of mouths to feed right there, and they have a lot to eat on the outside too. Looks like the doe's finally walking away. Where the babies are. I don't know what Manelli's excited about. But that's ending a day, and about to end this video with the antlers. But before we do, I want to take a good close look at Prince Charming, because part of his antlers are turning black, and that's not good. We may have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Boys, you boys are so special. You boys are so special and so big. Where's your buddies? Oh, there comes the leader of the pack. Might not be the leader now. It might be Forrest. I don't know. I think he is because he's just so big. Looky there. Gosh, you're going to be spectacular. This guy right here is the same age as Forrest. That guy there is a year younger, the guy in the middle. Is he going to be something? Look at him. What's he going to be like next year? Golly, look at all that. Look at all that. I think that's Bazooka's boy. We're not sure. But look at that right there. 2-year-old. A 2-year-old. A 2-year-old. Look at that. Then a 3-year-old. And then a 6 or 7-year-old. 6 or 7-year-old right there. And he just gets a little heavier, a little bigger, not adding points. My man Forrest, just a beautiful, typical 10-point. Probably 160 score. 150 at least, maybe 160. That guy there will outscore him just because of the number of points, probably. And, you know, all of a sudden, in the not too distant future, all of a sudden, hi Forrest, isn't he a pretty boy? Look at all that white around his eyes. He's just spectacularly beautiful. White around his nose. Get to look at how pretty he is. And remember how sick he was? Yeah, buddy. You remember how sick he was and how he's just about to die? And I gave him shot after shot after shot. Cut the collars off of him so it wouldn't be any interference. And his legs were so bad. Both legs, not just one, but both. Somehow he's still here with us. Oh, yeah, and he's such a pretty boy. He says, Jimmy, quit talking. Quit talking and get in that. Somebody told me to be really careful with him. He'll kill you in the fall. And they're exactly right. He won't just kill you, but he could. If he gets in the wrong mood, see him drop those horns. See, that's just there it gets. Oh, they're getting closer. Getting closer. He's just dropping his horse saying, feed me. Feed me. Okay. All right. All right. Feeder's already gone off and they've cleaned it up. The turkeys were here. Turkeys were here. Get these clips off. The clips are working great. That's the reason the lid is like this on a Texas Hunter feeder, so that the animals can't get the lid off, because when they do, it's pretty low. You're pretty low, guy. Yeah, you're pretty low. I'm gonna have meat left in here. Look at Forrest. Come over on this side. You think they're not smart? Come over on this side so he knows I'll feed him some. Yeah, that's what I want right there. I don't want to eat off the ground like a deer. No. There, you eat off the ground. Gonna call it South Fresh and get a couple more pallets. Just scraping the bottom of the barrel. No, Benelli. No. Look at that doe's getting in between Benelli and her baby. Oh, you can see the baby. The baby's right here close by. She was here just a minute ago. The doe has moved over there to kind of keep Benelli away. That doe will whack her if she's not careful. Will whack her if she is careful. All right. All right. There we go, guys. A good close-up look. Last look this week. We'll look again starting another day or two. The last look this week at all the big boys. Third set of horns. This is very impressive. He's not wide or heavy yet, but that's a lot up there. He's already been scraping. Look at his horns. Look at his horns. He's been scraping. There, you see that? He'll have hard horns probably in a couple of days. Once they start, it doesn't take them long. Doesn't take them long. So we're gonna see them here in September. Those horns change dramatically. They won't look nearly as large because you get that velvet off, and they are a little bit smaller. Nice. Okay, guys and girls, look here. Look at here. They see the bowl. All right, guys and girls. Here's what we're going to do. I want to get a really good look at Prince Charming. He's way off over there in the corner. You see him way over there? Way over there in the corner. And see him way out there, way out there. I get him going there. There he is right out there. He's way out there in the corner, but I know if I get over here in the middle of the pen, I also want to look at my babies, Tiny and August, if I can find them. Oh, I see Tiny over there on the other side, walking around. I don't know where August is. I think it's Tiny. It's hard to tell them apart until you see them together. But anyway, I'm hoping to get Prince Charming. Oh, he's already stood up. I'm hoping to get, look at these girls right here. They're just about to get in my lap. Split ears. But I'm wanting to get Prince Charming over here because I want to look at his antlers. He had that drop tine and it turned black and fell off. Now the tips of his antlers were black. I looked at them a couple days ago. And so I want to look at them a little closer. Look here, she's standing on her hind legs trying to get to it. This could get dangerous. They might attack. I'll run if you do. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start feeding here and see what happens. I've already fed them some out there before I came in, and they got real, hey, don't be so aggressive, wild child. There's some for you guys out there. And some of the white guys and girls out there. Back out behind, move this thing around a little bit. Wild child. There you go, little whitey. Y'all are special. And split ears, you're special. I guess you're special too. Okay, here comes Prince Charming. And that's the main thing we want to do is get a real good look at Prince Charming. I'm going to get him up here pretty close and take a look at him and see what he... You know, these deer have got plenty to eat. I mean, they've got, look at the top of those antlers. You're the boy I want to look at. And so what I want to do is try to get him over here in front of the camera, if I can, and take a good look at those. Here, just on the antlers video, we normally don't show feeding deer on an antlers video, but you can see what's happened there is that the tips of those have turned black. And now that's exactly what that drop tine was on the back, and he broke the drop tine. He actually broke it. And when he did, you're getting a good look at those antlers though, aren't you? When he did, after a few days, it fell off. Everybody's taking their turn, not necessarily wanting to. There you go, Prince. There you go, little whitey. There you go, red rose. How well, child. We got it. We did take a good look at there, and we look at those horns, and I don't know if y'all have ever seen anything like that. If there's anybody out there that knows anything about albinos, you might be able to tell me if that's normal. I don't think at all that they did that last year. And so he's crowding in here. This is just a treat to them. They have plenty to eat. If I never gave them any of these, which I love doing it, If I never gave them anything here, let me get over here. If I never gave them any of this over here, they would still be nice, good, healthy deer because they have all the South Fresh food on demand that they want. As a matter of fact, when I put Wild Child after she'd been out all night, and I put her back in the pen the next morning, I put her back in the pen. Apache showed up about that time with watermelons, and he was feeding the deer watermelons. Watermelons are they're totally gone now, I think. Had all this hot weather. Little Whitey will spit out. Little Whitey will spit out carrots, or he will spit out carrots, or he spit out carrots. He'll eat apples and grapes. Apples and grapes is really and now Wild Child, she's got to where all she wants is, well, she's particular about everything. This is a crazy way to end the antlers video, isn't it? But we have some antlers up here. We have a little Whitey with his first set of antlers, and he's gorgeous. He's beautiful with those antlers. And we have Prince Charming, and we have an empty bowl. All right, little Whitey, you get that. Prince, you get an apple. I don't think I've given you an apple. Split ears, you got something earlier. That's it, guys. It's empty. But anyway, look at the black on there. I hope that's not messed up. I don't know what's going to happen, if those tips are going to fall off, or really what's going to happen. But I am completely out of. Split ears is in here picking up what's falling on the ground. That's all, buddy. That's all. That's all. This little guy right here, he's not gonna run off. He's my baby. He's my baby. All right, guys and girls, that'll do it for this week's Antlers video. If you're not subscribed to Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, please subscribe to that. That's where we put the fishing stuff up. That's where we put the fishing stuff up, is on there. So Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, we broke that channel off from the ranch channel, so you'll see fishing stuff on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. Go in there and subscribe to that right now. About 8,000 or 9,000 people so far subscribed. We just broke that off a couple of months ago, so maybe January or something. I don't know when, Bunk. I guess that's more than a couple of months, isn't it? I think January, February is when we did that. But anyway, we have a lot of great fishing stuff on there. A lot of great stuff with Roland Martin up here recently. It'll knock your socks off. He's crazy. He's crazy. Remember, I sure do love you.